people are getting out there, students, of course, and learning associates, the teachers and the management, the leadership, the people, they have been given this role to execute the shared vision and a mission and the standard operating procedures to achieve one mission statement or the goal of that learning organization. So I personally, I don't believe in the classroom because I personally believe in for last couple of decades because school, the classroom is a place where we are caging students. So I personally, in my life, I've been like this school setback. I never been liked in my classroom, and I never been liked in my teachers. And if I were to give you this open query, and if I'm giving you this opportunity to talk and to think about the classroom, so I'm pretty sure like nobody won't like classroom because uh, as being a student, being a kid, we love freedom and we love to have fun. We love enjoyment. So that's why like for last couple of decades, I decided like I would change the classroom environment. I would bring more fun into the classroom. Even somebody asking me like, what comes first in your life? In perspective of classroom, so I would say the fun comes first into the classroom because without happiness, without bringing fun and happiness into the classroom, you can't inspire, you can't motivate people in the classroom because they are the most important internal client for them. We are out there and we are spending the billion US dollars to making the classroom the better environment for because out there we are creating leaders. So that's the most beautiful and the most critical place because we are not out there like to create followers. We are there to create uh, leaders. I strongly believe in for the last couple of decades that leaders are created. We can create leaders because the leaders they have the leadership has its very valuable content, and if someone is following that leadership content, so I'm here to make you sure that you're going to be the leader because leadership is the choice. Leadership is happening in a multiple ways, in a multiple places. Even we see the sports. So the coach job, the coach services are totally changed because the coaches they are playing a pivotal role to make an impact on onto their team. So I'm personally believing like the coaching is the most significant idea. And being a teacher, because students don't like teachers, so we really need to bring paradigm shifting in our job, in our content, the way we get into the classroom. We really need to bring shifting into it. Even I say like we need to bring 360-degree change because the leaders, the teachers, they're the leaders. All right, their job is to help the internal client, the students to think. It's not their job to provide solution. Even it's not the leaders of the teachers' job to give them the tools to find solution. Because like if you see, Adestra School is the top model school in United States. It's the Elon Musk school. And what Elon Musk is bringing with the help of Josh John into the school, what he is bringing down, that there would be no classroom and there would be just an age group. So no classroom, there's no complex going into the class 1 to class 2 or 3 or 4. So you are supposed to be there. And then they have synthesized their system. So all students, they are supposed to learn through internet using Zoom or using Skype or using different kind of forums. So it's a new implication. This is a new tool now we are bringing to the students to learn and to grow up in a new learning environment because the orthodox teaching must be changed, must be replaced with a new modus operandi, with a new model of teaching. So there is no classroom concept, all right? So the students, they are attending their class from their own system, from their own laptop, from their own phones, online, okay? And the second thing, like the course content is really downsized. So they are not teaching a lot of subjects. They are teaching just the coding and the ethics, okay, and the gamification. So the three basic things are their major of the content, what the Josh Don along with the team like they are focused on. And there are almost like 40, 50 students out there, and there are 4 or 5 teachers. So they are always connected. So the all classrooms are happening through online that teaching. So that's we are bringing more and more technology into the learning environment, into the learning techniques. On the other side, if you see the Ron Clark School, like, wow, this is really amazing because Ron Clark has, in 2006, like, could bring a paradigm shifting in learning. He's always dancing and he's always romancing with the teachers. He is bringing a new kind of environment. He is using the body techniques. Because body is very important. Body plays a pivotal role. Body is 93% of your communication. And people remember how do you say. People don't remember what do you say. So that's why the Ron Clark could bring an amazing technique. He's dancing and he is using his hands and body. He is always moving and he's always bringing fun into the classroom. So if you are a teacher and if you have not yet tuned this channel or this event, so I have a greatest news. Being a teacher, being a principal, being a school leader, so you all are supposed to watch the Ron Clark movie. I'm here to make you sure you will bring a 360-degree shifting in your teaching style. I could bring it for when I noticed when I watched that movie. So it really changed my life. It really changed my classroom environment. I started to think on a different perspective. My mind muscle like started to work differently. I started to believe differently. All right. So the Ron Clark and Adestra School of Elon Musk, like they are bringing the great shifting into the school system. So I personally don't believe in the classroom because classroom is bringing it's like a cage and students don't want to go to the classroom. I interviewed thousands of students personally. I interviewed them while at the school, while in the breaks. Okay, so I asked them like, hey, what do you want from your life? So I asked many questions, but the one answer was very common. Every student want to go back home, and I asked students, hey, why do you want to go back home? What's the reason? What's the bottom line? So most of my students, they told me why, because we feel great, we feel more elated, and we feel more facilitated when we are back to the home because home is providing all your facility. You know, the why students want to go back home. One of my students told me, sir, I want to drink coffee. So when I'm at home, like I am while I'm studying, I get bored. So I just, if I'm having craving, so I try coffee. So I want to drink Starbucks coffee, okay? Or I can go anytime outside and I can drink coffee. So one more student told me because I love to be at home. I love my home. Reason why? Because I have internet facility there. So I can use all the gadgets. I can use iPhone. I can use laptop. I can use my desktop computer. I can use the tablet. So I can use all IT gadgets. All right. While because we have internet at our home. And one of my students told me, so after some time I get hungry because I have no habit like to start my day with my breakfast. So I after studying like that in the classroom, I start feeling craving and I start feeling hungry. So I just want to take some other kind of food, not like the foods I'm getting from the canteen or the cafeteria from the school. So I just want to eat something because I want to cook myself. So because I have a kitchen at my home, so I want to go to the kitchen to enjoy my lunch or my break or anything or spaghettis or like the fast food. So a couple of my students that told me, sir, after attending a couple of classes, I feel I get bored or I get, sleepy. So sometimes I get packaged. So while I can't sleep in classroom. I can't sleep in the school. So I need my back home. I need to go back to my home. Why? Because I can sleep out there. Uh, welcome to Patricia. Hi. So I can see you here like in the screen. Congratulations, I could see you after a long time. So So students, they want to go back home. They love to stay at home. So then I started to talk to the leadership of schools, like, the school must operate like home. So at least like we can facilitate our students in the school. Okay, so we need to give them the facility if they want to sleep, so they can sleep. Okay, they're gonna if they want to eat something, so they can eat anytime. Okay, even I allow my students, if you're in my class, you're allowed to eat, even you're allowed to sleep. All right, without telling, without any permission. So let's make our school like our home, because everyone want to go back home. Everyone want to go back home. So why is it? Why? Because the school is a faking education, is a faking all kind of the private life. Okay, because the life we have at school is not happening when we are back home. In a school, we are not allowed even to talk with our senior students or to the junior students. All right, we are only allowed to sit on our seat. Even we are not allowed to look at right or look at left. Even we are not to look at the door. Even we are not allowed to have a conversation with the teachers. We are supposed to listen first the details. So because the classroom is not providing a dialogue like the Socrates or the top great philosophers, like they had the classroom. All right, they brought patience, and they brought a tolerance, they brought a self-discipline and confidence and positivity into their classroom. So we are supposed to make our school like our home. Why our students want to go back home? Because they are faking their life. They start believing the life school is providing, that's not the real life. So they want to spend more time with the real life. That's why schools are becoming the passion sucking machines. They are sucking all the passion, because students, they are supposed to study, they are supposed to learn what the content, the management, and the leadership in the school providing to them. So they are not totally free to act. Even they are not free to go from one class to another classroom. So we have to redefine our school system. Okay, if we're going to redefine, so I would make sure, then you would definitely would have the two most important modalities for school: the Ron Clark School, the Ron Clark Academy, and the Dexter School. I would recommend to amalgamate both concepts along with the school system, what we are having right now, because we are not here to create followers. We are here in the school to create the leaders, because leaders can be created. Leaders have a very special content. So once upon a time, there was a young girl, and she has never been allowed to go to school, and she has been learning with the because the father was teacher. So she's been learning with the teacher and then mother, and then she's been learning from herself, because she was not allowed to go to school. Because in the Europe, in 1900, in before 1900, like it's 1867 to onward, like till 1930. So women, like they were not allowed to go to school called a university. So students, the women, they were supposed to learn everything under the world university. So that girl, like she had a passion, she had a very special seed inside, because of the great father and the great mother. Ultimately, they died, and she was growing up with the four more sisters, and she was the fifth one, and she's never been encouraged by the parents, by the father, for learning. Why? Because in that particular decades, in 1860s onward, like the women's, they were not encouraged. So of course, like the parents, they had a fear, like if we could educate our girls, like, so what they gonna do? What's gonna happen, like if they would be educated? Well, she lost the parents, and she lost one sister. She was agnostic, and she grew when she was just 15. So she started to teach in our village. That story happened in Warsaw, in Poland, the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country. Even I love the Nigeria most in my life, because The Nigerian people for last couple of decades, they are giving all their cents and they are putting all their cents like to bring the leadership into their culture. And I'm so happy and I feel so elated and I had a great feeling about the leaders and the young and the youth of Nigeria. Well, so that girl, like when she was 19 and she was teaching one chief's daughter. They were like the chief of that village of that versus culture. So the girl, like she was teaching one girl, and she was getting some money, and she was living in dilapidated house, like almost the house, like some family was living in that house, and the family left that house. It was not properly constructed, even it has not doors, and she was living with that small amount of money, and she was managing. She had only one Chester because the Warsaw is full of blizzard. It gets very hard, like to live out there because the temperature really goes in minus, and it was really cool. It was a blizzard twice on the globe, and she had no cold, she had no fire, even like to manage, even she had no blanket, so she was used to revenge from herself by studying more and more. And many a time it happened like she hid herself under the table along with the books. And she was growing up. Yes, I got the notification. I have last 5 minutes. Well, okay, so she grew up and she was rejected. Why? Because she wanted to get married with that girl like she was teaching. So the mother of that boy, she rejected and she asked from the village people like, look, this girl want to get married with my son and my son is studying in France and he's doing like the college and university education. So do you believe like this girl should get married with my son? And so everyone in the village, they denied it, said, no, this girl is living a very miserable life. She even had no money, and we didn't see like the putting on another Chester. So she is living just with this one Chester. Even she couldn't take bath for last 6 months. Whoa. Oh my gosh, like she had a very terrible life. Anyway, she was kicked out from that village. She couldn't get the permission to get married, and anyway, she got the setback, and she's been studying afterwards. She decided, like, I will study more and more, and then she got the scholarship for PhD, and she went to the France, and there she got PhD, and out there, like, she could get one British guy. His name was Perry. He was a wannabe professor, and the professor like had a very special seed, and she offered her like to get married, and then they both like. I personally feel like they were the most incredible most incredible couple in the history of the world. Why? Because they were the soulmates and they could get agreed like to get married and that they started to work together and they burned the 10 months the iron, and from that they could get the very smallest quantity of polonium, and from that polonium and geranium like they could get the very small quantity of iridium, and that iridium could help, oh my God, to get help to diagnose the cancer. So she was the first lady who could get the first Nobel Prize. Later on, she could get another Nobel Prize on because she was a physicist in she's been an expert in physics, and she could get two Nobel Prizes, one in physics and one in chemistry. And what she could get, like with the help of that iridium, she could diagnose the cancer. And the team in the United States, while the audience and the people were there, and they asked like, hey, we need to buy your formula. And she said like, okay, I gotta give this formula free of cost if someone is ready to fix the or to diagnose the cancer of that lady. She is deserving and she is really done with the cancer back in my village. And she was the same lady who rejected her, who dejected her, and who denied her to get married with her son. And why she wanted to get help, why she wanted to help that woman. The reason why Why? Because she said, if I would have get married with that boy, maybe I would have 4 or 5 daughters, sons, or maybe I would be working in the kitchen. So because of that lady, I could get that two Nobel Prize. So overall, like she shared one Nobel Prize with her husband Parry. I'm talking about the Marie Curie and the Parry Curie. And later on, she could get one more Nobel Prize, and overall 5 Nobel Prizes, one into the family. Okay, so that's the greatest leadership story, and because leadership is about the selflessness. Okay, if the level of selflessness is going to determine your level of leadership, your level of pinnacle level leadership, because the pinnacle level leaders, they are ready to give you whatever you give you back. They're always ready to give you at the top. They would love to give you, even you kick them on their toes, but still they love to help you back. Why? Because they're the leader. Because leader is a choice, and the leader they eat at the end. So the organization, if you're talking about the school leadership, so it's absolutely like any the top corporation or any top company in the world. So they have to work like the leadership culture. So the leader of any school like need to increase its level of lead mean your ability to lead. If you're assume like this is a business and this is your ability to lead, so your ability to lead, okay, so this is a business, okay, and this is your ability to lead. If your ability to lead is that level, so business will grow this level. And if your ability to your capacity increased, okay, so your business will grow, okay. So most of the time people they are on 2.5 leadership or 5 leadership, so they are assumed like if there are the 10 levels of leadership, so you need to increase your ability to lead your organization. So that is only a key. Number one is selflessness, and number two, increase your level of lead. Okay, so that would help you a lot really to create a great schools, and it would bring a perspective. So really, really, really appreciate it because my time is up. Okay, so really, thanks and really appreciate it to. Oh, I was pumped up now. I was just pumped up, and my time starts now. But anyway, later on, I would try to steal my time, and then hopefully, we'll have more sessions. Um, in last my seminar, I was given a time to talk just for 30, 40 minutes on the leadership, and I talked for 4 days. So I couldn't wrap up. I couldn't wrap up my topic because I love to talk about leadership because your capacity and your business falls upon the leadership. Your business falls and rises upon the leadership. So you really need to work on yourself. Leadership means like you are a great student. Okay. Leaders, they're always a great student. Anyway, thank you very much. Thanks a lot, really, for listening and for giving your most valuable time. Really appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you so much. Please, can we jam our hands together for Dr. Mike Littman? Please, let's jam our hands together for Mike Littman. Thank you so much for that wonderful
Really appreciate
session.
it. Appreciate it for invitation. I'm really having a great fun.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. He has talked about creating enabling environment for your student. He has talked about developing your leadership capacity. He has talked about being selfless. He has talking about creating a wonderful leadership story that can resonate for generations to come as a leader, and so on and so forth. I hope he has set up a foundation that the program or the training will continue to build on. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Mike. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Without wasting much of our time, let's have Dr. Sajib MS, the board chairman, the board chairman, Emirate Education and Services, to declare the program open. Dr. Sajiv MS, the board chairman. Dr. Sajiv, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, very good evening to all of you. I'm Dr. Sajiv MS. I'm from India. I'm rendering my service as the chairman of the Global Advisory Board of Emerald Education and Services. Now, I'm very happy to be a part of this grand program, Global School Leaders Program, because we are the educators and we are also the leaders. So we have a great responsibility to do something more to the society. So I appreciate the leaders of this program, and especially special thanks to Professor James sir and Dr. Mike Littman for their valuable suggestions. I think that such a type of program definitely will enhance the potentials of the educators. Now the communities, we can share our thoughts and our inputs to make a new world. In that way, we can study the creativity and innovation that definitely helpful to our profession. So thank you so much, everyone. With due permission and consent of all the members, I would like to declare open this platform. Now open this platform to everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Please, if you can on your video and clap, please. Dr. Sajiv have declared the program open, so we can start the training fully. If you did not declare it open, we are not doing any training at all. Please, if you are there, open your video and let us clap. Open your video and let us clap. So the program has been declared open, and then we start. It can start officially tomorrow. And that's the information. We are going to have the first class tomorrow, God willing. By the grace of God, we are going to be having, by the grace of God, let me share. I want to share the photos. Okay. By the grace of God, tomorrow, we are going to be having Mr. George Neba, who is the founder of Brandway Academy from Cameroon. Mr. George Neba will be talking about personal branding for school leaders. Personal branding for school leaders. So we appreciate him, and then of course he's going to be coming live. So you have to know what is personal branding. How do you brand yourself as a leader, and how do you present yourself? What is branding, and how do you present yourself as a leader? I think that's the first thing to start with. Leadership, presenting yourself as a leader is very, very important. And then we are going to be telling that tomorrow. So, and that's the information for tomorrow. I do not know if you have Dr. Patricia Gonde here. Dr. Patricia Gonde. I don't know if you have. I've been trying to see if you have.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Wonder. I'm sorry. I would have introduced you. I didn't know you are here, ma'am. Let me do well to introduce one of our board members again. Of course, when it comes to leadership, is an epitome of leadership. He has served in various capacities with numerous achievements, awards, and he's well traveled across the globe. And of course, he's one of the facilitators of this leadership program. She'll be coming on later on to teach us one of the sessions. I'm so happy to have Dr. Patricia Gonde here. She'll be giving us the closing remark, of course, encouraging us as leaders. Of course, she's also a leader herself. She's the director of a school in Harare, Zimbabwe. And of course, so she knows she's well experienced as well. Of course, she has groomed people in leadership. So let's welcome Dr. Patricia Gonde as she gives us a closing remark.
Excuse me,
Thank you.
Sir, I have a request to all the members. Please just open your camera. I will take a wonderful scene of our together.
Okay.
Please open your
thank
cameras.
You,
please, members. Please open your camera.
Okay. Okay, please, everybody should open their camera. We are expecting that you open our camera. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Dr. Patricia, over to you.
All right, thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the viewers across the globe. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, thank you so much for all the speakers that have spoken for this webinar. So as we come to the end of this session, I want to take a moment to reflect on the insights and inspirations that we've gathered today from our esteemed speakers. First and foremost, I extend my deepest gratitude to our distinguished speakers today, Professor James Bamwesa and Dr. Mike Littman, for their invaluable contribution. I think Professor Bamwesa's lecture on building your leadership capacity has undoubtedly provided us with foundational strategies that we can use as leaders and transformative ideas that he shared that we can all take back to our respective educational institutions and organizations. You can all agree with me that his insights into the core values and essential skills needed for effective leadership are not inspiring, but they are also actionable. We can apply them to all our educational institutions we belong to in any organizations. And coming to our next speaker, Dr. Mike Littman. I always love his lectures. His keynote lecture was on transformative leadership in schools, and it has really opened our eyes on the immense possibilities that lie within our reach when we commit to innovative and inclusive leadership, how to make our schools happy places for our students to come and learn, and our staff as well. So his profound understanding, especially when he was talking about the stories, the challenges and opportunities in his story on educational leadership, he has equipped us with the tools to foster environments where both our educators and students can thrive. And then to thank you so much, Dr. Sajiv, for officially opening this program, and to our hosts, our organizers, Emerald Education Concept and Services. Thank you so much for putting together such a seamless and enriching event. I know this is just the start. We have so many speakers lined up. I think your dedication to enhancing global education leadership is evident in the quality of this program, whatever we are going to share from today onwards, and the diverse range of topics that are going to be covered by all the speakers. And to all the participants who are here today, you haven't wasted your time. You are still yet to hear from most of our speakers. And I think it is through our collective efforts and shared wisdom that we can create lasting changes in our educational system. So as we move forward from today onwards, as this has been officially opened, we must always remember that leadership is not a destination, but it is a journey. And the knowledge, the insights that we gain today and that we are also going to gain, they are stepping stones that we can use towards becoming more effective and transformative leaders. So we need to commit ourselves to continuous learning, collaboration like we are doing from all over the world, and innovation, especially in our quest to improve education for all. In conclusion, I would like to urge each one of you to take the lessons that we learned today from our speakers and implement them in our organizations, because we need to build a brighter, more inclusive future for our students. Thank you once again for your participation, and we look forward to our continued collaboration and growth. And have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, for this wonderful, short, and insightful. I've always enjoyed being when you speak. It's always refreshing. Thank you so much, Ma. We really appreciate you. And we are going to have it a wrap today on the program. Officially, the program has been opened, and then now it's time to learn. We are going to learn, and let me tell you, even during the worship, we are going to bring some experts again here. People like this. We are going to have interactive sessions where you can ask questions about leadership in your school, how some of the problems you are facing, and so on. But of course, time will tell. It's going to be an enriching journey, and of course, all of us are going to learn and get transformed in the process. On behalf of everyone, I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all that has been done. And I say bye-bye. See you